We will be back after these messages. real fun. So, as I so if there are some things to really talk about, uh, a lot of the stuff that you will learn. Yeah. So, a lot. Oh my God. Oh shit. So, Darksiders. One thing about this series, it's one of those games that does everything. And that's for better or worse. Both the first and the second and the third game. They do everything. Third game is by far the worst because it tries to be Kingsfield. It tries to be a Souls-like. It tries to be Dark Souls. Now a lot of people say that like, oh yeah, it's Souls-like because it puts enemies like around the corner, and for to ambush you. Video game where the enemy placement is so bad you can anticipate where they're gonna come from. Whether they teach you that or not, that's what they intended. But in Darksiders 3's case, it's an action adventure game. It's got, web slinging or swinging. You get a whip and you can swing from one area to the next. Large scale, open environments, backtracking. You get this item to traverse further into the world. You get this item to go back to a specific area to get this thing. Or this other item that you were missing, etc., etc. It is a thing all Darksiders games do. And cool as that is. I do mean it. As cool as that is. Shit can get old. Now, Darksiders games are not criminally overlooked. But I can guarantee you're not going to want to play through them again. He's not for a few years. You know, like Brave Fence and Masashi. Good games. Not bad. You know? If you gave the first, you know, all of them are basically 7 out of 10. You know? But the first, you could argue, are 8. Even 9. Well, if you play through and completed Darksider, you're not gonna have fun with having to do this shit all over again. Well, some people do. I'm not one of those people. Even for me. You know, the Darksider series is a very well done Zelda clone. You know? I can go as far as to say that, and the reason why it's a Zelda clone is because it's an action-adventure game. But, as I said, everything that makes Darksiders, the whole series, everything that makes the game, every single game in this series good is also what makes them bad. Everything you like is what you are not going to. Large scale open areas, cool. Large scale open areas. Kind of. Not nerve-wracking, not necessarily aggravating, but exhausting. I hate big open areas with nothing in them. Cryptic dungeon design. You can never forget that. Environmental puzzles. Yeah, that is the same. You know, just like Zelda. Nothing wrong with that, right? Yeah. Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West are like that too. Lots of wall climbing and shimmying and, you know, things like that. Lots of double jumping. I don't remember if this game has a second jump, but at this point, might as well. First game, you unlock a double jump. You also, let's see, unlock. Oh yeah, a gliding ability. You know. And then on top of that, it's the usual tale of revenge. In this game, you're trying to prove war is innocence. In the first game, war has been blamed for bringing about the end of the world or the apocalypse. So yeah, it's a story that gets rather biblical. You play one of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. But this is also from the mind of Adam Joe Mattiera. Alright, what the fuck? Do you see that shit? So, there are definitely bugs halting progress. That is beyond stupid. How in the fuck am I supposed to traverse through the rest of this dungeon? If I have to quit this game, And then there's so much. See, like I said, I am not. Oh, well. That's it. Oh, wait, no, because we're doing this now. Look at how these levels go off. This is just straight bullshit. Oh. Oh. You mean now? See that right there? That's what I'm talking about. But yeah, you will get tired of shimmying. You will get tired of wall climbing. You will get tired of a lot of the basic growing pains of video game design. You will get tired of that stuff. And I want to keep doing this shit. This is how ridiculous this shit is. I gotta take this, throw that on there, right? Then I gotta jump up here. Oh, why are you doing this again? Are you fucking serious? I am getting tired of this. Jesus fucking. Then you take this, roll it over there. Yep, that's what you do. That's literally what you have to do. Alright, so now that set up properly, I'm probably stupid shit. Still got one more of these things to move. How? How do I do that? Oh, well, pretty simple, my dear. Alright, you've been doing this now for a few dungeons. It should be easy. But I guess since this is the second dungeon, official dungeon, you're supposed to not know what you're supposed to be doing. Oh, you got to be kidding me. That in and of itself is annoying as shit. You mean to tell me you couldn't go in this direction? Yeah. You're gonna hate these environmental puzzles. You're going to hate. I'll look at it this way. Somebody who's been playing video games for a long time It's the equivalent of being a book reader and knowing exactly what's going to happen or what this character is going to say before they even say it, or what this character is going to do before they even do it. It's that kind. A fancier treasure chest that does nothing. Gives me nothing specific. Oh yeah, then you have a loot system. The loot system itself, color coded. You know, like Borderlands, Apex Legends, all the other video games that have been designed as they are in this day and age. Now, I know it sounds like I'm always, complaining about. Of course, anyone not taking seriously the flaws and follies of anything would sound like I don't really enjoy something. That's not true at all. I do. But again, when you've been playing video games for, I don't know, 38 years of your current life, you know, you have a very educated understanding just simply due to having damn near 4 decades of experience. And that's what it all comes down to. I've been playing video games for 4 decades. I know what the games industry is like, not just as a consumer, but as a parent, well, as somebody who at one point wanted to be in the games industry as an artist and designer. But I realized a lot of game developers don't know how to actually make video games, even though the blueprint is there, even though there are plenty shining examples. For example, it's a Darksiders as a series. These games are, they have, this is one of those everything but or including the kitchen sink type video games, right? It's an action RPG, because you level up, you have skill points. On top of having skill points, you have skill points. You have skill points, you level up, you have a loot system, you have an RNG, you have a stylish combat system, which again, not even Zelda itself is caught up to yet. You have third-person shooting elements, you have a horse,
I have to go alone. This is no place for a horse.
Yes.
I have to go alone.
Oh, you can't, even though your horse is pretty much. You have these huge wide open areas, sometimes with nothing in them. Sometimes with nothing in them. You have to restore the land from the corruption. There's a video game made by Capcom where you had to do that. It's called Okami. There's also another video game called Cubivore where you had to do something similar. I don't need this shit. Let's see, that was supposed to be explodinated. Oh. So yeah, in short, like I said, I like the Darksiders series, but the one game that I kind of would is welcome, Darksiders 3, and I played the shit out of that on the Xbox One and PS4. I do own this game on PC, and I do own Darksiders 3 on PS4. Why there isn't a PS5 for that game, I don't know why. I guess maybe it's because Darksiders 3 actually is a very frustratingly difficult video game that nobody wants to play. Because it's Souls-like in a bad way. And to that, I wouldn't disagree with anybody who didn't want to play that game. I'm done with this game. I'll, of course, play it. Maybe when I get out of work today. So right now it's 9:39, so I've got plenty of time before I have to go to work. But I work from p.m. to 9 p.m. today, and that is my work schedule actually for the remainder of the week. So I do not understand how I'm supposed to I don't know how I'm expected. Oh! Fucking hell. Oh. That was the wrong way to do things. Now I'm gonna go back up. Ooh! Frame rate be buckling at random. Now, believe it or not, I have the same problem with PC. This definitely has something to do with the fact that the game is trying to save and load content at the same time. That's my idea behind it. But yeah. Motherfucker, I know to do that. Stop telling me. Oh, I wonder if I could turn tutorials off. That is annoying. That is very annoying. And my thing is, it's not like these guys didn't know what they were doing. Oh, they know. They know exactly what they're doing. They're good at it. It's just these oversights. or stupidity. Like, okay, with the first two games, you knew exactly what you were doing when you made these games. These are the type of games you like playing, and you put all of everything that makes the games you enjoy playing fun into a single game. And it worked. But then you dare to be stupid and decide that you are, oh my God, see, stuff like this. See, like right here. I don't know. Oh, yeah. So that's probably a chest that's like upwards. That's got to be a chest that's either on the lower floor. Thank God. See, that's the other thing. The loot you get is a lot like Borderlands, where a lot of the stuff you pick up is going to be useless. And that's probably one of the biggest problems of a loot system in any video game. Anything you think, there's nothing special about the items you pick up most of the time. I do. And then you're better off just going with the thing that gets you the higher strength and defense value. You know, there's no strategy to wearing certain items. If you convince yourself otherwise, you're a fool. Now, it's true, orange items are the best items in the game, or gold. But oftentimes orange loot wait, options? Can I change? No, I cannot. I swear I might have to restart this game or something. This is the other thing. The video games to load through your game console's RAM. Did you want this one? This one. Yes, it's just bread and meat. Ah. You got a sweet floor. I'll put it there. I don't know. Alright, cool. No, this area is funny. Okay, we're getting somewhere. Ugh. Well, I'm not leaving. Oh, you don't? But you ate like half of it. Huh? Ain't got an appetite for it. Stop trying to do what? Yeah, I'm not. But yeah, yeah, shit. There's mm, mm, mm. Man, what? That's probably the number one thing I dislike. Okay, next. We go this way. But I'm not going back. There's nothing to. Uh, This is what I will say. Don't let certain people tell you what you're supposed to be doing in life. Either your parents or whatever. But be realistic about what it is you're going to do with yourself. Everybody has to become a responsible adult at some point in time in their lives. And there are a lot of people who call themselves responsible adults that always got something to say about people who might be a decade or more younger than them. Right? And I'm no different. Difference is, I'd rather drop gems on people. You know, or not be intrusive with, excuse me, what I have to say. Like Busta Rhymes said at BET with time. A lot of OGs out here who, you know, don't look the part, they don't smell the part, they don't act the part. But they always trying to tell the youngins, you know, what they're supposed to be doing. And for some of you, for some people, it's your parents. For others, it is most definitely, you know, girlfriend, boyfriend, grandma, auntie, uncle, Yes, for some people, and I do mean this, for some people, just the folks who shouldn't be saying who shouldn't be saying shit. Who ain't got a single leg to stand on. Sometimes these folks judge you, and that's also problematic, right? Now, I'm not saying respect your elders. We are long past, um, we are long past, giving a shit about that old adage. General consensus is I don't give a shit if I die. I'll just come back with a full health meter. See, if you're not able to kill a boss or a whole room full of enemies, you're not dying, you might as well just allow yourself. Yes, this is one of the strategies. Don't be stupid. Who cares if you go into a failed state? Right? They're very generous with checkpoints and restarting. So there's, and I mean this, there is no reason for anyone to be stockpiling restorative items in this game. Now, that's what I was saying. Yeah, you're going to have people who are going to say a lot of stuff. Some of these people are very judgmental. Some of these people are delusional and don't. What's the word? They don't. Not only do they not take stop, no, and don't for an answer. They literally believe they have done nothing wrong in their lifetime. You'll meet a lot of elders like that. You'll meet a lot of people like that. You're also going to meet people. Huh? What? Yeah, I wouldn't either. So we're howling. One of those instances, isn't it? You're also going to run into people. But like I said, you're going to run into those kinds of people. Don't trip if people judge you, right? Even though you know what's better for yourself and those around you. Again, let them say what they have to say. And let them be who they have to be. Right? Not a big deal. Some people will learn the hard way. Now, if you're dealing with somebody who thinks that they can be a bully or thinks that they can speak a certain way whether you are in the room or not, but especially those who we're not in the room with you. You know, once you get a chance, let them know. You know what made you think you were so comfortable. And thinking you could talk to other people, you know, about me that way. Yeah, this is the old head dropping gems kind of stuff. Now, why do I say this? Because, for me, I've, you know, had to deal with a village idiot or two in my lifetime. You know, and you can probably tell, as per this information, this is rather recent. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail because it's my own personal. I'm also not saying this out of, you know, my own personal anecdote. This is literally the kinds of people you are going to run into. Period. They're going to be at your job. They're going to be at your school. Some of these people are in charge of you. You know. And what I say to that is always meet every bit of disrespect that you come into in life with as much resistance and willpower as you can. And yes, at the end of the day, there's always going to be some fucking moron who believes how they talk to you. How they talk about you is the proper way to go about things. You know? Now, I'm not one to promote violence, but I say, if you have to use violence, by all means, just make sure that you embarrass them and make sure they are totally and utterly defeated. If they don't have a leg to stand on. Because when you do that,
I can't use that yet.
Is when you do that to them, usually they will leave you alone, turn tail and run, or whatever the case. Now, if it's your neighbor, family member, you got to see them again. But also, put in their head that they'd have to be fucking stupid to continue challenging you like that. You know? And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying use violence, you know, at all times. But what I am saying is, everyone, I do mean, you know, everyone needs to conjure up the ability to be able to, you know, not just protect themselves, but to also just, you got to be able to be strong. Not doing so is not going to get you anywhere. So you have to have strength, be it mental or physical. But especially mental strength. Because I don't care how strong your body is, it ain't shit without a strong mind. You know, anyone who's watched Dragon Ball would know that. And you quote Master Roshi in English, Japanese, Italian, French, or Spanish. The line is more or less the same, regardless of the language. But that's enough of me ranting for now. At the end of the day, you'll hear more stuff like this as time goes on. I think this is actually, now that I think about it, I think this is something that I should devote myself to. So everybody wants to do like all this stuff. Everybody wants to have all these weird takes. Everybody wants to say crazy shit or create viral moments. Me, I have a desire for all this. Yes, I would love it if my streams, picked up steam and made a ton of money doing this stuff, but I think really what I want is to just educate people, because some folks just don't know. So yeah, I think that's the smart thing to do. Oh, with that said, now I am going to shut the fuck up and get back to playing my game. Yes, Lord! Alright, I'm calling it here. I'm just gonna go ahead and find an FAQ on how to get through this shit. Cause I'm kind of getting tired of this. Judge Fort. Damn. Alright, so I'm trying to figure. Okay, yeah, you pick that up, you blow that up. Cool. Did that. Did that. Now, this is what happens.
place for a horse. I have to go alone. This is no place for a horse.
It is finished then, at long last. Death, this is a Maker's key, and you had best take it now, before I come to my senses.
You seem more likely to lose them, old one.
A problem, aye. But there is also a solution. The Guardian. Meant to be our greatest weapon, and capable of clearing the forest around the tree. But an earthquake drove us from the foundry, and now I fear something else roams within. The Guardian was never finished.
If the Guardian is your masterwork, how am I to complete him?
In the forest lies another construct, one of the few remaining who have not fallen to corruption. He is not as vast as the Guardian, but his heart is strong. Seek him out, and he will guide you to the foundry. There, you may activate the Guardian using the Maker's key. Aye. Constructs do not have a soul like you or I. Not until that soul is given. This key unlocks the stone and prepares it for the ebb and flow of a Maker's life force. In fact, it will bring to life most any construct you find in the realm.
And what makes you think I have a soul, old one?
Isn't that what troubles you?
How will I know when I've found this construct?
Constructs are beings of boulder and stone, animated by a Maker's life force. Most possess but a fraction of a soul, just enough to drive them and give them purpose. But through others course the whole of a Maker's being, his memories and emotions, a story half remembered. Life weighs heavy on us all. Not even stone can bear it.
If wardens can resist corruption, why not use them to cleanse your realm?
Sadly, the wardens were called when the seals were broken. The Maker's toll to be paid at the end war. This warden is all that remains.
Then the seals were broken.
The forge blazes again, Ryder, thanks to you. But that's no excuse to hang about. Have you not a construct to awaken?
Why use a key to awaken the constructs?
Spirit doesn't pass through stone, unless you carve a channel for it. That's what the key is for. It's sharp enough to slide through the stuff of life. Be careful where you point it. Oh, browse around. We have new items. Valis will... Oh, this should go nicely with the others. Valis will put it to good use. Oh, this should go nicely with the others. Valis will put it to good use. Should go nicely with the others. Valis will put it to good use. Oh, this should go nicely with the others. Valis will put it to good use.